Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I decided last minute that I was going to do my makeup while I do this, so it's gonna be like a chit chat, get ready with me. We need chat, all right? Because I feel like a lot of us are just at a point right now where we're like, what is going on? And to explain my title here, you ever hear that saying like, they should have never taught y'all, insert whatever it is here. Recently, I just saw one that was like, they should have never taught y'all the word normalize. Okay, and usually when it's said, it's because some word for whatever reason has become popular in the moment and people take it and run with the word. So the other day I saw they should have never taught y'all the word normalize because people are just the hot takes that are coming out with the word. Like I saw one that said, normalize two-parent households. And you're like, but normalize means, and two-parent households are already the social norm. So how are you going to normalize that? You see what I'm saying here? So with that being said, that is why the title of this video is they really should not have taught y'all the words cancel culture and toxic, because I'm not even sure if you can say that people don't even know what the words mean, or it's that people just refuse to acknowledge that how they're using those words and how those words are actually applied to the situations that they're being used in do not connect. All right, they're not, there's no correlation here with what you're trying to say. So the internet is in its third year of Dramageddon. Okay, the fact that something even exists called Dramageddon, where it makes national, like we go beyond just drama channels every year with Dramageddon. The fact that something exists called Dramageddon that ends up making national news happens every year, and it involves the same circle of people every year, is just further reason as to why this whole cancel culture thing is laughable at best. But it's in its third round of Dramageddon, and for the last week, you guys know, I've been posting Foundation Hunt Week, so I've seen what's gone on, but I haven't said much about it anywhere. Except for the last few days, I feel like everything has really kicked in a notch again, because now it's starting to make that like national news. Like now people beyond just YouTubers are talking about what's going on right now, right? And as we've seen in the past, it's like every 5 minutes something new comes up and makes the situation even worse, right? And then, as we've seen in the past, here come their enablers to defend whatever it is that their faith has done, right? And we've seen all of the different type of ways that they can excuse it, right? Cancel culture is so toxic, so no one can make a mistake before. I'm glad you're perfect and that you feel like you can take someone down. There's a witch hunt going on. And my favorite is the, well, why now? Why now are people just starting to care? That's been on the internet for 14 years. That's been on the internet for 10 years. It's been there for 6 years. Why are you just caring now? Now because it's trendy to take this person down? Is that why you care now? And every time I see it, I'm just like, are people just starting to care now? Are people just, because I promise you, if it's like racially, culturally, or is that type of way offensive, I promise you people didn't just start caring now, okay? I promise you Black people were saying, this person said such and such and that's kind of offensive, like maybe more people should be looking into this. I promise you, if it's offensive to Chinese people, that the Chinese people were saying, this is offensive to China. If it's somehow offensive to Latinos, I promise you Latinos were saying, hey, this is offensive. But guess what? All of the people I just named are minorities. So maybe that's why you didn't realize that no, people did not just start bringing this situation up. They're minorities, okay? Their voices get drowned out by everyone else who piles on and tells them to get over it, stop being sensitive, all the other stuff, blah, 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 right? So to answer your question of why now and why are these things being brought up now, it's like what I was saying with my Victoria's Secret video. The people had said that there was a problem with Victoria's Secret for years. People had pointed out that, hey, your sizing's not inclusive, your advertising's not inclusive for years. You know when Victoria's Secret started to care? They started to care when their target audience started to care, because now they couldn't ignore it, because now people whose opinions they actually cared about were saying, hey, even if I am included, even if you do have stuff for me, I see how you treat others and I don't like that. So now I want you to address the problem. And now that the people who's like, they're looking for their feedback are saying it, they're like, all right, well, what are we supposed to do? So to answer your question, no, people didn't just start caring now. The people whose opinion you also give a about the most, now they're saying something. So that's why this is coming up now. And that's why it seems like now people are starting to care, because these people who are being called out, their target audience is now in a position where they care. So that is why to you, it seems like this is something that's coming up just now. Okay, because if you haven't noticed, there is something going on right now. Again, another word people said they shouldn't have taught, a shift going on, where more people are starting to reflect and take accountability for maybe things they've done in the past, how they can be better moving on in the future. Because yes, people can change. People can, in fact, change. They can genuinely change, right? However, as I also pointed out, you don't want to be on the wrong side of history 40 years from now. Okay, when they write the textbook for 2020, you don't want, a lot of people don't want to be on the wrong side of history. So that is why you see people who 2 years ago couldn't say Black Lives Matter, now saying that now. This is why you can see brands like advertising that and now feeling more comfortable putting that on stuff that they sell and saying it proudly when they literally could not say a certain group of people that exist in our society's lives matter a year ago, but that's why they can say it now, all right? Because there's some type of shift going on where either if it's because genuinely people want to do better moving forward, or they're just scared that if they don't, what might happen moving forward. But that is why their target audiences are now pointing that stuff out, because like you guys said, stuff's been around for decades, for years, right? So now that question's answered, I have questions of my own, okay? What happens when you get canceled? Because canceled is a very final word, okay? If I have a Netflix account and I cancel my subscription, I can't just log in on some random day because I see the timeline talking about some movie that I want to watch. I have to go through the process of signing up again, giving them my money again, starting this process over like it was brand new because I canceled my subscription, right? So I want to know what happens when you cancel someone. Do they lose all of their subscribers? Do they lose all of their money? Do they lose their house? Do they get blacklisted from the industry? Do they lose their sponsorships? Because you can get in trouble. See, when you get in trouble, you know, maybe you got caught stealing cookies when you were a kid. Your mom tells you, don't do that again. Maybe she puts you in timeout for 5 minutes, and then you go about your day. Like, there's getting in trouble, but I want to know, like, what happens after you cancel someone. And then after you figure out what your definition of canceled, you know, in cancel culture is, I want you to tell me who that's actually happened to, okay? After you create your definition of what being canceled means, I want you to then take that definition and apply it to someone and tell me someone who's actually been canceled. Because let's take a trip down memory lane. Racism doesn't get you canceled. Any other type of ism doesn't get you canceled. Poorly planned events, poorly planned merchandise, meet and greets, anything that your following is giving you money for, and now they're left out of money, they're left with a bad time, a bad taste in their mouth, none of that gets you canceled, right? Blatantly lying about being sick, lying about none of that gets you canceled. Filming dead bodies doesn't get you canceled. Inappropriate comments about minors doesn't get you canceled. Y'all couldn't even cancel the dog girl. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was the YouTuber who accidentally uploaded a video of her abusing her dog on YouTube. And you guys have seen the meme where it's like, I can excuse racism, but I draw the line at animal cruelty, okay? When that happened, I find it ironic how true that meme really is, because I did not at any time while that was going on see anyone talking about the toxicity of cancel culture and just how bad cancel culture was when it came time to demolish that girl for that video. I didn't see anyone saying anything about her name being put out there, her address, the people calling for the police for all of these investigations to take down her YouTube channel, to do this and to do that to her. I didn't see any mentions of cancel culture when it came to that girl. But even that girl, you guys couldn't cancel. Like, I was thinking about her yesterday and I was like, what happened to that girl? What happened to that case? Because again, you know, like, it gets talked about for a couple weeks 55 and then you don't really hear anything about it. So I looked her up yesterday. When all of this happened, she had 55,000 subscribers. I checked yesterday, she's at 300,305. She's still over 300,000 subscribers, right? Y'all couldn't even crack a dent into like 1/3 of her following. Not only does she still have a following, but she's posted like 2 videos since all of this happened, and like both of them are over 200,000 views. Again, this is why I need you to come up with your definition of what cancel culture means and then apply it to someone. Because if you've canceled that girl, how does she have 200,000 views on that video? How does that work? All right, when you cancel someone, you don't want anything to do with them, you don't like that person, like, their name shouldn't be coming up in your search history. You certainly shouldn't be following them. So it's you couldn't even cancel the girl who did the one thing that society hates most, which is animal. So I want to know who has actually been canceled from cancel culture. And it's like, okay, if no one's actually being canceled, how can a culture exist that is based on canceling people? That's what you need to ask yourself. Are they actually asking me to cancel this person? Or are they asking this person to acknowledge whatever it is that they've done and genuinely care and take accountability for their actions? And so many of them don't, and that is why so many of them are in this revolving door conversation of cancel culture. Because it doesn't really do anything for all of you apologists out there who like to go around and say, well, they apologize, like, what else do you want them to do? They've shown that they're not the same person. If they apologized 5 years ago for saying something racist, and a month ago, something comes out of them saying another thing that's racist or doing something that's racially offensive, does their apology before mean something? And if they keep apologizing, but they keep showing the same actions, then what does that apology actually mean? Like, what is not clicking up here? What light bulb is not going? How else does it have to be said to you? And these people know this. That's what's hilarious. These people know that they're not being canceled. That, okay, people are gonna be upset. I'm gonna be apologize. It's gonna pass over because the majority of my target audience doesn't care. And I'll go on. And if anything, a lot of them start profiting off of this cancel that they've gone through. They start, where is that brush? They start creating merchandise. You know, they make their little canceled jackets. They start their little you know, keep it 100 merch. They release eyeshadow palettes and they name shades like tan. They're literally not only laughing at this cancellation because they haven't changed, they're now profiting off of it. Profiting off of the, especially with that Tanacon thing, like, people actually lost like money out on that. But I'm gonna make it cutesy. I'm gonna add it in an eyeshadow palette and make money off of it. Like, why are you not asking yourself, gee, why can't my fave stay out of trouble? Why can't my fave seem to actually do better after they say that they're going to do better? Do you know how many YouTubers exist? Okay, just looking at the beauty space, do you know how many? I'm talking big YouTubers too. People who have like well over 1 million followers. The Desi Perkins, the Katie's, Robert E. Christie just hit 1 million. The Alyssa Ashleys, Shalom, Nima Tang. You ever ask yourself, gee, all of these people who are able to just upload their content to the internet and go about their business. You know, they make their money, they create their little fan bases, all cute little warm communities, right? Little memes, all that stuff. Why can't my fave seem to do the same thing? Why are they always in some type of either really big serious drama or catty drama? They're always fighting with whoever they come into contact with. Their name is always out there and not for good reasons. Come here. Like, they've literally coined a whole term for it, outrage marketing. These are the people who believe that any publicity is good publicity, and when they're not saying your name, that's when there's a problem. When your name is not in conversation, that's when there's a problem. So that is why they go around and they use the foundation that's too dark for them. They do some type of appropriation. That's why Miss Potato sits over there and thinks, who can I offend today? Because she done offended everyone that there is out there to offend, but yet still not canceled. Who can I offend today? Because you know what? It's gonna get my name trending. This is why they post the little Instagram pictures with the captions that are literally like laughing at you and saying, well, will this get me canceled? You know, this is why they say the little things like, oh, well, here for the tea is gonna be talking about this tomorrow. Like, you think these people don't know what it is that they're doing because they know, okay, yeah, cool. What, I've got 16 million followers? I'll lose 2. I'll probably gain at least 1, if not 5 million back. I'll come back from it eventually, but my core audience is still here. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I am at a place where, like, you guys can't touch me. So, okay, be mad for a couple of days. People will get over it. You'll forget about it. You'll move on to the next person. And before anyone asks me, well, have you seen the death threats that these people get? Even if they messed up, so they should be receiving death threats. They should be receiving the people who do this and do that. And I want to say, do you know what a troll is? Do you? Because a troll was going to troll regardless of what the trending topic was for the day. Okay, I saw someone saying, like, Jenna Marbles had to apologize or address buying the wrong fish tank or feeding her dogs the wrong type of food or whatever. And, like, that's what baffles me when, like, you see this conversation going on, because it's very obvious that within these moments, these conversations, that there are people who are adding on to the situation who don't actually care about what's going on. They don't actually care about the racism. They don't actually care about whatever offensive thing has happened. They're there because they don't like that person, and now that person has given them a reason to get other people on their bandwagon of disliking that person. They were going to dislike that person for whatever reason that day, whether they had been exposed for saying this or whether they'd been exposed for saying that. And that fish tank pet food thing should show you that, okay? Even if she didn't have that, whatever the situation was in that day, she could have shown herself on video. You know, maybe she missed a button where she was buttoning her shirt. The trolls who were dedicated to trolling would have said, look at that. Look, she's trying to flash us. She knows that a majority of her following are children. She didn't button up her shirt. She's trying to flash minors. Like, what is not clicking? Those people were going to dislike that person regardless. So the fact that people who defend these people try to use that as some well, look how terrible you're being. You're saying this terrible thing to that person. You're saying those people were saying it regardless, okay? Anyone who has, especially a following to that magnitude, like the 100 million followers of Kim Kardashian, I promise you, Kim Kardashian didn't have to say the N-word today. In her comments today, there is someone who is giving her death threats because guess what? They're just deranged people out there. They were going to be off regardless. So trying to use that as an excuse to coddle someone for why they don't need to address whatever it is that they've done, or why they don't need to actually do better from what they've done in the past. And it's funny because Jenna Marbles actually said that in her apology video. She said, like, verbatim, it makes me uncomfortable when people say that I'm their unproblematic queen, because hello, like, we're all problematic. Like, no one is perfect, okay? No, like, even when you think you know it all, there is something that you could know better. And that goes for literally everyone. So she literally said verbatim, it makes her uncomfortable. So while you're out here trying so hard to keep people from actually bettering themselves, and those are the people who are genuinely doing it, the people who are genuinely trying to take accountability for the things that they've done, while you're trying so hard to stop them from taking accountability for that, ask yourself what putting them on this unrealistic level of never being able to be wrong, never having to apologize, never having to say, you know what, I f***ed up and I could have done better. Ask yourself what that is doing to that person. Is that what's actually toxic here? Am I enabling this person to not actually have to do better moving forward? You know, when people actually start calling for the demise of someone, for them to be deplatformed so that they don't have access to go on with the same type of behavior, that's after they've been given chance after chance after chance after chance to do better. After they've messed up countless times and they've apologized countless times, but now it's not just offensive. Now their behavior is like dangerous, because now they're doing things that are putting other people in harm's way, that are harmful to society. You know, like kind of accusing someone of being a predator and then washing your hands of the situation after you see that it's not going the way that you thought it was going to go, and that person actually isn't getting that slice of humble pie that you were trying to give them. Like after that, like that's when people really, okay, like yeah, maybe they shouldn't have that platform if they refuse to change, and if they are going to continue doing those type of things. That's when people say that. For the most part, usually when people start calling out the things these people have done, it's usually because it's bad, and it's usually because they just expect you to acknowledge it and do better. But again, so many of your faves refuse to just, where is that? So many of your faves just refuse to do better. So that is it for my face, and that is all I have for you today. I've taken up enough of your time with this chit chat. Get ready with me. But you know, sometimes you just gotta get things off your chest, and Twitter doesn't give me enough characters to say everything that I want to say. So yeah, make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one.